Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 12th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame, got up and around, got the dog outside, jumped in the hot tub, got my hard-boiled egg and my water on, and got my soak in. Wife got off to work. She went a little bit early because she had some other stuff she had to take care of today, so wanted to make sure she got some stuff done ahead of time, so it made it a little easier to get everything else. It's just a bunch of stuff accomplished. There's a new, I don't know, CFO, CEO, something. I don't know what the title exactly of the employee, but they got a new person there, so they're trying to make some changes and trying to get a few things back in a rhythm and all that good fun stuff that comes along with it. So yeah, it's always fun. But yeah, had that going on. But me and the dog did pretty good. The dog did all right overnight. It wasn't spectacular, but did pretty good. She's just skittish and nervous, and any little sound she's barking and whatnot. I reached out to the owner, kind of like, hey, this is what we're going on. She's like, oh yeah, she's a great guard dog. We love that about her. We encouraged it. And I'm like, oh my god damn, like, we don't need every bark, every sound to be barked at. Like 99.999% of noises outside are unimportant and do not matter, and we don't need that happening, especially at my place where I have other random dogs here that will key off on that energy and become a problem. So yeah, or when somebody has that wants to adopt this dog that lives like in a duplex or an apartment or somewhere else, every little noise the dog's barking, it's going to get him kicked out, and that doesn't work good either. So yeah, we're working on that, trying to get her trained to realize that we're safe, there's nothing to worry about, it's all good. So yeah, there's that going on. So went ahead, got a couple little things done here and there, nothing too much, got some stuff going, waiting on the concrete guys come back to do the next stage of work for the shop, and who knows how long it's going to take. It's ridiculous. Supposed to be here tomorrow. We'll see and go from there. But it's a very, I don't know, non-productive, non-high priority job apparently, because they do not seem to be moving on this very damn quick at all. So, but what can I do? It is what it is. So the one thing I can say though that makes me hopeful is every single person I talked to had a custom garage built. Every single person I talked to said they would never hire their crew back again. They said they're absolutely, like, there were so many problems. They're pointing out like massive problems, like where one of them, like the entire building, one whole wall, they missed the studs inside when they hung this metal siding, and just stuck. They missed it by 2 inches on every single one, the entire one whole wall. So they just backed the screws out, moved over 2 inches, and then hit the studs, which is fine, except now there's like 500 holes in the side of his building that have nothing in them, and they're like, oh, we'll put some silicone in there, it'll be fine. And I'm like, are you shitting me? There's no way. And then one guy said they argued with him forever, and they took $500 off. And I'm like, that's a $5,000 repair. Like, you gotta take the whole wall down. There's like, you gotta start all new steel. Like, you gotta be kidding me. There's a lot of problems. But everybody I've talked to 5 different people who had buildings built by this crew. And so far I haven't got to that crew yet, it's the concrete guys, but that everybody I've talked to said they're super happy with all the work they've done, and the quality and the fit and finish and everything has been on point. But they're just impossible to get on the phone and super impossible to lock down on a date when they'll get there and get it done. So I figure it's been this long, I'd much rather just put up with it and wait and get it done correctly than I would be trying to get a different crew that can get it done here next week, but it's done shittily. So I'm just in that hurry up and wait stage, but it is what it is. So yeah, I went ahead, got the dog, we kind of chilled out for the day, kind of introduced just kind of simple life and whatnot. End up reaching out to my neighbor who is basically having a hard time with her. She's in the process of getting divorced, and she ended up basically quitting a job for a different job, and that job didn't pan out as much, and some state license testing she got to do, and she don't have the money for the testing, and just, I don't know exactly what's going on. There's a whole bunch of shit going on with it. But I said, hey, if you want, my father-in-law, he's old as shit, and he's right there, so in the house next door, why don't you go clean his house if you want to make some extra money? Just do bathrooms and kitchen, 2 bathrooms in the kitchen, just deep clean them, and all the general mop and sweeping. He gets that stuff, he's got that covered, but he can't really get down and clean a toilet very easily and scrub the floor and stuff in the shower, that kind of thing. So kind of give it a deep, heavy cleaning, and we'll pay you, for the day. So she's like, yeah, cool. I talked to her a while back, and I'm like, hey, when do you want to go look at it, see if that's something job you want to do? And so she said today was the day. So I went and met her, went over there, and my father-in-law was actually sweeping up and cleaning up and stuff and whatnot, which he does pretty good, but like I said, he can't get out his hands and knees anymore and scrub. So and it's not worth it. So she needs the money, he needs the cleaning, and it works out for all of us. So she went ahead and she was able to get the one bathroom cleaned. She had to go pick up her kids from school. So she headed out from that. And she got back, she got the kids fed, and then basically plopped them down. I don't know what they were doing, TV or video games or whatever, doing stuff. And then went next door, cleaned their bathroom. So she got 2 bathrooms done. I think it was about 3 hours of work to do 2 bathrooms, which I don't know if that's good or bad. I haven't hired a cleaner in my lifetime, never have. So, and when I owned a commercial cleaning service, we did monthly contracts that were, didn't matter how many hours it took. It didn't matter if it took me 1 hour or 20 hours. I got paid the same amount. But mine was giant commercial buildings and office buildings and, you know, hospital, you know, clinics and stuff like that. So it's not the same as a general bathroom. So totally different world. But went ahead and we basically figured the hours and gave her a little extra money than what we agreed upon for the price per hour, just because she did bring her own clean supplies and what she wanted and what father-in-law had. So went ahead and she just brought stuff she liked to use, which makes sense. I told her to give me a list of what she wanted if we're going to continue this, and then we'll just have the same stuff she wants, but here at our house, or my father-in-law's house, I guess technically. So yeah, she went ahead and she texted back, she's like, I don't know what it is. She goes, this feels really therapeutic. Because, and it's funny because my wife now, when she was going through her divorce, she said the same thing, that after he'd moved out and she was on her own, she just basically every night would come home, and instead of going out and spending money shopping or go to the theater and stuff, she would just pick a room and just scrub it from floor to ceiling, baseboards and all the walls, and just really scrub every single room. And it really kind of gave her a feeling of basically starting over in a new space, because she was moving furniture around and just made a lot of changes in the property. And it was just a real simple therapeutic thing. Also, it's nice because you actually see that you're accomplishing something. It's kind of like mowing a yard. It gives you that sense of accomplishment as soon as it's done. So you can see exactly what you've had taken place, where a lot of jobs, you're just like doing widgets and doing shit that you don't see any real accomplishment, because you do 100, you file 100, you know, forms, and there's 100 more ready to go the next day. So it's a never-ending process. Where like with mowing or cleaning, you can step back and go, look, that room's 100% done. Like, I did all that. So it was good there. She got that done. So I got that money sent over to her. And it was funny because she's quite a bit younger than we are. But I asked just, do you want like green cash, or would you like to Venmo it to you or Cash App it? And she's like, just Cash App it to me. And there's no way. If anybody offered me green money, I'm going to go pick up green money. Like, but nobody uses green money anymore. So I'm one of the few people who does, but it is what it is. So hanging out, dog's doing good. Got her fed again and whatnot for the evening. And then so asked my wife, I'm like, hey, do you want to go out tonight? There's a PAC program they're promoting local establishments over on Beachside that they give you recommended 2 different drinks at each place, that if you buy one of them, you get an entry. If you buy one at all the spots, you get an entry into winning some kind of prize. We'll never win the prize, but it is what it is. So, and if you buy both, you get 2 entries. So I said, hey, why don't we just go hit these up? And buddy of mine had his birthday party over there at one of them, so we got 2 of the drinks already. So went to another one, not gonna say a name, but it's up top, like a little outdoor seating bar thing and whatnot. And get there, and one of my giant pet peeves I have is the ice bin in a bar, restaurant, whatever. You have a scooper for a reason, and it's on the side of the ice bucket. You put the scooper in, get the ice out, and put it in your cup. And I watched her not only take the cup to make the one drink for my wife, scooped it right into the ice bucket, which, okay, they're disposable cups, it should be fair to clean, whatever. But she took the pitcher, because the other one had to be in a blender, took the full pitcher, scooped the pitcher and all into the damn ice thing. And I'm sitting 40 feet away, 45 feet away, and I can see her do it. And instantly just drives me mad. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. So that's my wife, I'm like, do I say something? Do I not? Like, what the fuck? So she's like, well, everything's right. You know, I know how much that pissed you off. I know how it's a code violation. It's not supposed to happen, and yada, yada. And the reason it's so personal to me is all the years I played restaurant, that was the only fine we got. Our restaurant was on point. We had a couple things. We had some, hey, you kind of screwed up this, you kind of screwed up that. But nothing got points taken against us. We had A+ all the time. And the only one we had a fine with was the ice scooper. And the reason I'm so adamant about that is nobody takes time to, not very often, we do it once in a while, but you don't drain down that ice bin enough, scrub it out, bleach it out, clean it out, and then start over. It doesn't happen very often. So any contaminant in there stays there for months and years. Like, it's one of the things I don't take ice from, like ice machines. If it's a big bin, like at a hotel and stuff, I won't do it, because there's people with their dirty, grimy hands and kids and all kinds of shit that I don't do. So if it's ice machine where it's pumping out into your bucket, I'll do that. Still not great. I know they don't clean them inside very good. There's bacteria, there's algae, or molds, or whatever, but it's not human contaminated as much. So it is thing. So I mentioned it to her, and she defended her use. And then I called her on it again as we were sending her stuff back and forth, and then she defended her use again. And then I'm like, first off, just like, yeah, I know I shouldn't have, but blah, blah, blah. Then excuse it. I'm like, so you're gonna keep fucking doing it? No, I won't. I'm like, you are, because you're still defending it. And then she starts again. I'm like, then why is there a scoop? Why is there a state law that says health inspector says you cannot do this? Why do they have these laws if it's perfectly fine? And she kind of hum-hawed around it, blah, blah, blah. She goes, let me make something else. I go, no, because all your ice is fucking contaminated. Like, it's all the same thing. I'm trying to hope the alcohol kills the bacteria in it, and we just move on with our life here. And I said, but I do want to speak to the manager on staff right now. Like, I want to actually move this up the chain because you're not taking responsibility for it. So what the hell? So I'm sitting here. And I felt bad because I don't want to feel bad. She's running her ass off. She's working her ass off. Nobody wants to do these jobs anymore. We can't get employees. But it would take no more time to take the scooper and just scoop the ice in. Take no more time. It's literally 1 extra second. It's bullshit. So I'm like, whatever. I watch over, and the other bartender does it with 5 more drinks. He makes 5 more drinks, scoops the cup at each fucking time. So it's just their policy. They don't train. They don't require the people to follow state laws, and it pissed me off. So I drank my drinks. Finally saw her again. She came by eventually and didn't even ask if we wanted food or not at that point, because I'm not eating your food if you're that bad as your eyes. I'm not eating your food, that's for damn sure. But we just want the drinks, and then we'll see if we're hungry or not. But she never asked me to drink. So I finally had to kind of flag her down, like, hey, can we get a ticket? You know, I want to pay for our shit and get the hell out of our drinks about them. And she said, oh no, we're gonna comp the drinks because of it, blah, blah, whatever. I go, okay, I still want to talk to a manager though. And she's like, well, I haven't been able to get downstairs to find her. I'm like, okay. So I said, fuck it. So we finished paying for drinks. I head out, get downstairs, and had to bump into an employee down there because it's just like they're selling t-shirts and shit. And I go, hey, is there a manager on staff? I saw a girl wiping down the door to the kitchen. And she said, yeah, hold on a minute. She hollers the lady. The lady comes over, and I tell her what it is. And she's like, oh yeah, I've been on them all damn night about that. They're doing it all bad. And I'm like, so you know they're doing it, and yet you still can't discipline them enough, can't train them, can't whatever. And I'm annoyed. I'm just so annoyed with it. She's like, well, I'm gonna go up there and yell at them right now. Who knows, did or not, I don't know. But will I ever go back? Probably not. Like, it's probably enough a reason, and not in the fact that it made a mistake. I'm with that. Mistakes happen, but the fact that you had to justify it, and you had to qualify yourself of, this is why we do it, we clean everything beforehand. No, there's a reason we have it. So then I have this weird telling, this gut feeling, I was trying to pay for this shit. Like, I wasn't like, what the hell? Like, I'm not trying to get free drinks. I don't give a shit about drinks. I got tons of booze at home. I got money, and not my thing, but this is a big fucking problem. Like, it is what it is. The drinks weren't bad. I have no problem. The atmosphere is fine. Music was nice and low. I would happily went back to that place on a regular basis if it had been good. And this is one of the things this promotion is doing, is trying to get out there to see, hey, this is a fun place. You might enjoy eating there. You might enjoy drinking there. You might enjoy spending time at this location. But with this type of shit happening, why would I ever want to go back? So you guys paid money to do this promotion. You guys got us there. It's hard to get a new client into a place. And then you screwed up so poor, so bad, just so bad. So we head on home, we get back, let the dog out, we're out playing, I just gotta go have a cigar. It's kind of late, we were up and different things, up a little late. And basically I'm hanging out there and cutting off my first cigar and it's getting ready to head inside, and I realized I'm not gonna fall asleep. My brain is still on, it was not turning off. I don't know, it's because I was upset about the fact that I had to not really make a scene, but I had to call out this lady on her inappropriate techniques of this, and the management didn't give a shit. And she didn't even ask, hey, you know, let me comp you, let me give you a free gift ticket, come back in, let's try it again, blah, blah. None of this shit, just like runs away. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I just, yeah. So poor management falls down to poor staff, and it's just a pain in the ass. So I don't know if that's what it was, or if it's the garage I'm building and it's taking way too long, and hope they don't screw it up, and did I make the right decision to build the garage? And I got a lot of shit going through my head. So, but I know I'm not gonna go to sleep. So I go back in, tell my wife, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be out for a while. My brain's on, I can't go to sleep right now. I'll probably be there an hour or two outside before I come in. So she asked me to turn the light off, and she had rolled over, went to sleep. And I was like, great. So I gave her a kiss. She went to bed. Went back out, me and the dog hung out there, and a couple of noises were being made. The dog was getting a little barking and stuff. So we've been having a lot of conversations about, we don't have to bark every single noise. I'm trying to teach her on that, trying to see if I can rehome her to a new place. So, or if I want to try and keep her myself, which I don't think I do, because she's like 5, and Dane's only lived like 8 years, and it's just, I think it's more than I want to deal with. As hard as it hurt when I lost Bruce, and as still emotionally wrecked I was, and looking for a dog here needs, has a worse case scenario than this dog is in, does more of a rescue, or is much younger, so I can get more years out of its life before that happens. So I also don't know if I want a giant breed like that again, because they're like this so short. Now Bruce did give me 12 years, 11 with me, 12 total. That's a long damn time for a Great Dane, very uncommon. So, but yeah, I'm not sure I want this dog as my dog yet. We'll see and go from there. So yeah, finally end up getting through that. And we were hoping to go out somewhere in Orlando. There was like 4 of us all going to get together and go out. And then one of them had gotten sick yesterday. She had to work tomorrow, so she didn't want to go. The other one ended up deciding that she didn't want to try and find the routine. Got, you know, the new kids' school starting up, blah, blah. I'm like, well, you knew it was going to happen. Why'd you agree to go? And then back out last minute. And I asked my wife if she wanted to go, even though nobody else went, because it was just 2 of us and possibly a third instead of the 5 of us. And she said she'd let me know, and then I never heard from her again. So I didn't know until tonight. I'm like, I assume we're not going? She was waiting for you to sign. What am I waiting for? Like, I asked you. She's like, well, I don't know. So we had a long discussion of the fact that she will, on many things in life, I'll ask her, hey, do you want to do this or this or this? Or can I do this, or do you, whatever, blah, blah. She'll be like, let me think about it and get back to you. And then I never hear from her again. Then I gotta feel like the guy who keeps going and bugging her. Did you get an answer? Did you get an answer? Did you get an anscer? And I hate that feeling, because as a kid, I was punished for that severely, and it locks in. Early childhood trauma locks in long term, and it causes you issues throughout your life. So that's what I'm trying to avoid, is that whole process. No different than the concrete guys that's doing my shop. Is I don't want to keep calling them every few days, like every week, like literally. And there's like, we'll be here next week, guaranteed. And then a week goes by, nothing happens. So I call them, like, even though they've already missed their guaranteed time, they don't show up. And then I got to call me, and I feel like an asshole for doing it. So it's a personal issue of my own. I understand completely, but I don't want to be the guy who keeps bugging somebody all the damn time for that shit. So it is what it is. But I finally headed in, watched a little bit of Blue Bloods, had myself a little bit of chips. I'd skipped dinner again, so had myself some chips for dinner and watched some Blue Bloods, and then put on the Jim Jeffries new special on Netflix. Played it as I went to sleep, listened to it one whole way through, and then about 3/4 way through again before I finally fell asleep. So it was 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning when I finally went to sleep, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's all I got right now. Oh, I did get my run in also. I did get in, I think 4 or 5 miles also, and all that good fun stuff. Got back, grabbed a little bit of hot tub soak, and had changed my cold plunge water so it was extra warm, and I had to dump all the ice I had in, and it only got down to like 60, mid-60s, things like that. So it wasn't very cold, but it was nice, and hopefully I'll be able to get the rest of the way down tomorrow and get some nice cold water in there. So, but yeah, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.